Welcome to the EMIT multi-metaverse. This video introduces the EMIT Wallet, a group of crypto enthusiasts created EMIT as a non-profit project with a multi-metaverse that represents reality. EMIT promotes strong GDP growth in the multi-metaverse by mapping real-world economic behavior and production processes into the crypto space. The EMIT wallet can set up sub-accounts for all the EMIT across enable blockchain systems and allow users to decrypt using their associated private key. The current account system is compatible with Ethereum, BSC and Tron. You will see the same Ethereum, BSC, Tron public key address if you import the same mnemonic phrase to other Ethereum, BSC, Tron wallets. You are now looking at the Ethereum address, BSC address, and the TRX address. The EMIT wallet currently supports 11 tokens: light, dark, ETH, BNB, 0, TRX, WBTC, WTH, GUSDT, EUSDT, and PFID. Light and dark are tokens in the EMIT ecosystem. Tokens are different types of assets on various blockchain networks. For example, Light is an asset issued on the Zero chain, while Blight is a type of Light asset on the BSC chain. ELITE is another type of Light asset on the Ethereum chain. EMIT's cross-chain technology can achieve mutual conversion of Light, Blight, and ELITE, and Blight currently provides liquidity on PancakeSwap. We will now conduct a test to convert Light to Blight. The minimum swap order amount is 100 lights, while the maximum amount is 100k lights. If we convert 100 lights to Blight, we will get 9.8 Blights, because the cross-chain transfer fee is 90.2 Blights. So if we exchange 200 lights to Blight, we will receive 109.6 Blights. Similarly, we will get 4,900 Blights when we convert from 5,000 lights. If we exchange 200 lights to Blight, we will receive 109.6 Blights. Click Confirm, then press OK. After waiting for a few minutes, the pending transaction will be fully processed. You can click back to check the transaction status. It clearly shows the transaction has been processed. However, a transaction has been processed does not necessarily mean it has been completed. We need to click the cross-chain details to find out whether progress has been made, so please wait a little longer. The transaction is completed once all details have been processed. Click Back and check the amount of Blight. The Blight amount has increased by 109, but the total amount stayed the same, so wait for a few more minutes. The change in total amount of Blight has now been reflected. Let's do another test and exchange Blights to Light. 100 Blights can obtain 100 lights through cost chain. Click Confirm and OK. The transaction is in progress. Click Back. Take note that converting light to light requires BNB as gas fees, so make sure your account has BNB. Let's see whether the transaction has gotten through. Click here again and it shows that the transaction has been processed. Check the details to confirm that the transaction has been completed. We can see that all transaction details are displayed, so the transaction has been completed. Click Back. And the amount of 100 light has changed. This is the cross-chain function of Emmet. The Emmet cross-chain feature currently supports light, 0, WBTC, WETH, USDT, and PFID chains. We hope you have a better understanding of how the Emmet wallet works. EMIT Epoch has endless applications and stores all the economic behaviors and production processes in Emmet's multi-metaverse. There are currently 3 scenes in the multi-metaverse. The author scene creates and forgets NFT, while the chaos scene is mainly used for the production of tokens in the Epoch ecosystem. The team mining scene makes it easier for users to get NE and light. You must use NFT to mine tokens in the cross scene. We need to enter the altar scene and create an NFT. Click Forge. Select Create a new AXE. Click OK, then Burn Light. Since we have to burn light to create X, so need to consider how much light to burn. Let's burn 40 light first. So enter 40, click Commit, and OK. At this point, a new XCE is created by burning light, but we don't have across the AXE yet. Then EN obtained by burning light is greater than 500 when the period ends. We must wait until the period ends to retrieve AXE, provided that the amount of EN is greater than 500. EN has a calculation formula of EN equals my NE dash total NE times 20,000. So if the total amount of NE increases, the amount of EN will decrease. The AXE can be retrieved once the period ends. You can see the AXE in the NFT device after about 5 minutes. We must now wait for the end of the period to retrieve AXE and make sure the number of EN is greater than 500 when the period is about to end. If the number of EN is less than 500 before the end of the period, then we need to burn more light to get AXE. There are 19 minutes left until the end of the period. Here, the value of EN is 501, and we can't get a XC when EN is less than 500. So we need to burn more light and get more EN before acquiring a XE. At this point, the value of EN is 623. When the period ends after 18 minutes and the value of EN is greater than 500, we can retrieve AXE. Click Forge. Notice that 231st period had ended. The current period is 232, and we created AXE during the 231st period. This means that we now chain AXE as the period has ended and the value of EN is greater than 500. Click Retrieve, then click Commit, and press OK. Wait for about 5 minutes and we can see AXE in the NFT device. This AXE was previously created in the NFT device. It has a health of 9.99, so this is not the new AXE we created. The new AXE has a health of 10.49, so we need to wait for another 5 minutes. The new AXE we created from the alter scene is now in the NFT device with a health of 10.49. The AXE from the alter scene is retrieved and exists in the NFT device. The AXE can be forged in the alter scene and used for mining in the chaos scene. Let's select the AXE and forge it. There are two ways to forge an AXE. One is to burn light. For example, burn 5 lights. Another way is to commit NE. The NE is 0 now. The NE must reach 15M or more to commit. We can use hash rate to calculate NE. Once the NE reaches at least 15M, we can forge it by committing NE to get EN. So there are two ways to forge AXE. Either commit EN or burn light, and we will eventually get EN. If the amount of EN is greater than the capacity of the driver, it means that the AXE has been fully upgraded in the current period. We can try to burn 5 lights. We get 336 EN when 5 lights are burnt. Since 336 is greater than the capacity value of driver. The health of AXE changes from 10.49 to 10.99. So the maximum upgrade of AXE is 10.99 in this period, with the rate rising from 29.9% to 32.2%. To upgrade AXE, burning light is the way to do it. AXE can then be claimed when the period is over. You can view AXE in the NFT device. The chaos scene is mainly used for token mining. You must have AXE in the NFT device to mine tokens. I have two X's in my NFT device. I can click Mining, select one of the X's and click OK. But I can't click Confirm to commit the AXE now. I need to calculate the hash rate of at least 15M and E. I can only click Confirm when the NE reaches 15M or more. So I have to wait for NE to reach 15M before committing. The NE has exceeded 15M. I can now click Commit. Then click OK when light has gas feed. The hash rate will start calculating the NE again once the NE has been committed. The NE will be converted to EM after NE is committed. The formula for calculating EM is EM equals my NE dash total NE times 100,000 in the chaos scene. The amount of EM determines whether I can get the full amount of light in the current period. If I get 2 EMs, I can only receive 0.184 light in the current period. But this doesn't mean the full amount of light is only 0.184 in the current period. So how I do know whether I have received the full light amount for the current period? The full light amount I can get is displayed when the value of EN is larger than the capacity of driver. As long as the EN is greater than the capacity of driver, the full amount of light can be obtained for this period. I can commit again when NE is greater than 15M, as NE can be committed multiple times in the same period. Every time NE is committed, E will be converted into EN, so we will receive more EN when NE is committed. Hash rate is used to calculate NE. The higher the hash rate, the easier it is to calculate high NE. AXE is retrieved when the period is over. The retrieved AXE will appear in the NFT device. More light can be obtained in a period when the AXC and driver levels increase. So you can get more light by forging AXC and mining with a higher level of AXC. You cannot replace another AXC for mining in the chaos scene if there is an AXC already mining in the current period. This is mining in the chaos scene using NFT. Next, we will learn how to use team mining. We can see that there are many tasks created by different miners. Each miner can create his own task in task team mining. This is the name of the task. We have the scene and the number of periods. This is the time at which the period ends. And this is the reward for each period. We are now seeing the difficulty level of the task, and this is the threshold for effective editing. How do we create a task, and why do we need to create a task? I can create a task in team mining if I don't have enough NE like mining in a chaos scene. For example, the name of the task is hello. Since I need to get more NE for the chaos scene, I will select chaos. To get 10 lights in a period, the task will last for 2 periods. With a task difficulty level of 1M or 2M, click Commit and press OK. You will see the created task after a few minutes. Here is the task I created. When the difficulty level of the task is met, miners who participated in this task will receive rewards. For example, a task with 6 participating miners will receive 10 lights once the task has been completed. The rewards will be distributed based on the percentage of NE committed by each miner. If the total of NE is 68 M and one of the miners commit 34 M, then this miner can get 5 lights. The task we created show that it has not been completed. How much NE do I get as the owner of the task? This task shows a total NE of 5.9 G. Can I get it all? No, because 25 miners committed a total of 5.9 G NE. If I commit NE in the chaos scene, I can only receive the largest NE committed. Among these 25 miners of the task owner, and not the entire NE. I can claim NE by posting tasks, rewards, and participate in tasks created by other miners. I will now select a random task. Click hash rate, and the hash rate will start to calculate NE. The NE must reach 3M to be valid. More NE will be obtained with hash rate continues calculating. Here are the tasks we are participating in. This shows that I have 4M and E, which means I have committed 4M and E for this task. I need the hash rate to keep calculating more NEs, as more rewards will be given when there are more NEs. Click to see the commit story. Currently, 4.104M has been committed. As a miner, you can participate in one or more tasks as commit as many NE as possible to get more rewards. A task owner can invite other miners to join tasks. Miners will get light and the task owner will get NE. The current NE amount is 1.43 G and the period will end in 7 hours and 45 minutes. Since the hash rate is not calculated in NE, the 1.43 G comes from tasks created through team mining. The total amount of NE is 1.5 G, where the maximum amount of NE is 1.43 G. I will commit 1.43 NE in the chaos scene and click commit. The NE will be cleared once it has been committed. We can see that 1.31 G NE has been received because the system will automatically cut 10% of the NE. The value of EN is 11. It is estimated that we can get 0.894 of light in this period, and the EN is 11. The capacity of driver is 10.15 and the value of EN exceeded the capacity of driver. So 0.884 is the full amount that can be received in this period. In the chaos scene, 9 ENs were gained in the previous period. As the 231st period has ended and a new period has started, we can now retrieve AXE. The AXE will show up in the NFT device once it has been claimed after 5 minutes. This is the AXE we just retrieved, and it can be identified by its name. Click on the picture to see the name, health, and rate of the AXE. When the AXE is retrieved in the chaos scene, you can earn a return of 0.826 from the previous period. You might be wondering, why is the maximum light that can be obtained 0.826 when it was indicated from the previous period that it should be 0.894 and the NE received from the last period is 9? With a driver capacity of 10.14, The value of EN is less than the capacity of driver, so we cannot receive the maximum amount of light. Instead, we get 0.826 light. A new period starts after retrieving AXE. You can select any AXE for mining again. Click OK, then commit and click OK again. AXE is now in the chaos scene. And E is committed and converted to EN. The value of EN is 48, which is higher than the capacity of the drive. So the maximum amount of light can be obtained is 0.917. If the value of En is greater than the capacitive driver, at the end of the period, we will be able to get the full amount of light. So this is how it works in the chaos and alter scenes. AXE is retrieved in the chaos scene, and it is now in the NFT device. The NFT device is a native NFT of Emmet. If you wish to trade the NFT in the NFT marketplace, you need to store the NFT in a second secure location. When the NFT has been stored, payment of storage fees is needed to maintain the health of AXE. Click Store. And the storing is in progress. Once the storage is done, AXE will appear as SRC721. AXE will no longer appear in the NFT device when it has been stored. It will appear in Relics instead. This will allow me to trade in the NFT Relics market. I can bid and sell 50 lights. Click Sales Record AXE being sold. This is the AXC that has just been put on sale, which means it hasn't been bought yet. We can click to off-shell it. Once AXC has been taken off the shelf, it will not be sold in the NFT marketplace. Instead, AXC will appear in Relics. If we want to use AXC in the altar or chaos scene, we need to unseal it first. You will need to pay the unsealing fee. So AXC is now in the NFT device. We can also forge or mine it. Let's try mining. Click hash rate to allow NE calculations. When the NE is greater than 15M, we can commit NE and get lights at the end of the period.